Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a 2-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. As usual, let us start with the E row. There is a 6 and 8 in the central block which blocks these 3 cells. So 6 and 8 goes in either E1 or E9. E1 is blocked by a 6 here. So E1 takes 8 and E9 takes 6. Now these 3 cells will take a 3, 5, 7 triplet. There is a 3 blocking here, so E6 takes 5, 7. There is a 7 blocking here, so E5 takes 3, 5 and 3, 5, 7 goes here. Now there are only 2 empty cells in the central block and it takes 4 and 4 or 9. There is a 9 blocking from here. So D5 takes 4 and F5 takes 9. Now let's try to fill the other 2 blocks. Now this 8 and 1 blocks. There is 8 and 1 in the central block which blocks these 3 cells. So 8 and 1 goes here. There is a 8 in the 8th column which is blocking here. So D8 takes 1 and D7 takes 8. Now in D row, the missing numbers are 3, 5 and 7. There is a 3, 5 in the second column which blocks here. So D2 takes 7 and rest of the cells there is 3, D1 and D3 takes 3, 5 pair. Now the missing numbers in this block is 2 and 6. So let's fill this with 2, 6 pair. In the F row, there are again 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3, 5 and 7. You have a 7 in the 7th block, 7th column and 7 in the 9th column which blocks these 2 cells. So F8 takes 7 and these 2 cells take 3, 5 pair. In row A, there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 8 and 9. In 7th column there is 8 and 9 present. So A7 takes 1. So A1 takes 9 because there is a 8 blocking here. So A1 takes 9 and A6 takes 8. Now coming to I row. The missing numbers are 1, 2 and 5. So you have 2 in column 4 which blocks this cell. There is a 2 here in the 9th block which blocks this cell. So I3 is the only cell where 2 can be. And let's fill other 2 cells with 1, 5 pair. Now here in A row you have a 2 and 8 which blocks these 2 cells. So in column 5 these are the only 2 places where 2 and 8 can be. You have a 2 in the H row which is blocking here. So H5 takes 8 and G5 takes 2. Now this 2 here in the I row cancels out the 2 here. So F3 becomes 6 and F2 becomes 2. Now the 6 in I row blocks these 2 cells. So in column 2 this is the only place where 6 can be. So C2 takes 6. Now in column 2 there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 8. There is an 8 blocking here. So H2 takes 1 and G2 takes 8. In column 7 there is a 2, 8 pair blocking these 2 cells. In column 8 there is a 2, 8 pair which blocks these 2 cells. So 2, 8 pair goes here. You have a 4 in 0 which blocks these two cells, and there is a 4 in column 8 which blocks these two cells. So B7 takes 4. There is a 6 in C row which blocks these two cells. So 6 goes here in B8. Now the missing numbers are 3 and 9. There is a 9 in column 7. So C7 takes 3 and C8 takes 9. So this 3 here in C row cancels out the 3 here. So F7 takes 5 and F9 takes 3. Now in 7th column the only missing number is 6. In 8th column the only missing number is 3. Now here the missing numbers are 1, 4 and 5. There is a 4 in G row which blocks this cell. So 4 goes here in H9 and this cell takes 1, 5 pair. So this 6 in H row blocks these two cells. So G6 takes 6. This 1 in H row here, it blocks these two cells. So I4 takes 1. So let's cancel out this 5 and I4 becomes 1. Now there are only 2 missing cells in this block and the missing numbers are 5 and 9. So let's mark it with 5, 9 pair. Now in H row the missing numbers are 3 and 7. There is a 7 blocking from here. So H3 takes 3 and H1 takes 7. Now in this block the missing numbers are 5 and 9. There is a 9 in column 1 which is blocking here. So G1 takes 5 and G3 takes 9. This 3 in H row cancels out the 3 here. So D3 becomes 5 and D1 becomes 3. This 1 in the I row cancels out the 1 here. So I9 becomes 5 and G9 becomes 1. Now in the third column the only missing number is 8. This 8 cancels out the 8 here. So B9 takes 2 and C9 takes 8. Now in the first column there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 2. So there is a 2 here in B row. So B1 takes 1 and C1 takes 2. So in C row there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 5. There is a 1 in I row here which blocks here. So C4 takes 5 and C5 takes 1. Now this 5 cancels out the 5 here in H row. So H4 becomes 9 and H6 becomes 5. This 5 cancels out the 5 here. E6 becomes 7. Now in the 6th column the only missing number is 9. Now in 5th column there are only 2 empty cells. Since 5 blocks here, 3 goes here and E5 becomes 5 and E4 becomes 7. Sorry, it becomes 3 and the only missing number in 4th column is 7.